sto suonando le campane!
Ma poi alle 5:52.
Mi sono informato, c'è un treno che parte alle 7:40.
Qui mi ricordo qual è stata l'intervista quella che c'erano le campane sotto tutto il tempo.
Dalla tipa, la fiorista!
Nel giardino.
Il giardino!
E la campana, titin, titan, titin.
Ti bastano 10 minuti per giungere a casa, la nostra.
Sai che cos'è? Che sulla sveglia del telefono c'ho le campane io. Quindi quando sento le campane adesso è sempre...
Presto, 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 vai.
Floating in the magic world, donate all your money, we'll make it better. We're here to welcome you. Happiness, how'd you get to be happiness? How'd you get to find love, real love?
Hai capito la roba della legge del fumo?
No, vai.
Che è una delle poche nazioni dove non c'è...
No, la legge c'è. Ma
La legge c'è ma nessuno la rispetta, ma allucinante. Ma noi veniamo in Austria pensando che qua è la
no, è
terra...
un po' più libera, tipo sì, c'hai una porta o 2 stanze, anche
Sì.
se può, ma non devi installare tutta la roba come in
Sì,
Italia, tutte le...
no, depuratore,
quello che respira il fumo.
quello sì, che aspira il fumo, sì.
Questo è il tuo angolo giallo.
Il mio angolo, c'è il negozio di macchine fotografiche
E Wüster.
e Bios. Qua champagne.
Cioè, per esempio, non so, una parola che voi dite completamente diversa.
Sì, ci sono per esempio vari frutti che noi chiamiamo in un altro modo.
Per esempio?
Per esempio la carota,
Sì?
noi la chiamiamo carotte e i tedeschi dicono Möhre.
Ah beh, è proprio un'altra cosa.
Sì, ma loro lo capiscono cos'è, ma
Certo.
noi magari... Io all'inizio non sapevo cos'era
Ah, sì?
Möhre.
Quella palma lì dietro cosa ti ricorda?
Però
Mi ricorda soprattutto quando Ago l'ha fatta cadere.
Bell'Agostino dei Lombrosi.
sto ammazzando il tipo.
You come here.
No, not here,
No.
but we do in our village.
Yeah.
We have a slow food farmers market,
Ah, ok.
like every second Saturday.
Yeah.
And there we sell our goat cheese, and there's also different producers coming.
But was this your lifestyle the whole time in Vienna, or you used to live in Vienna?
I used to live in Vienna like for 5 years.
Yes.
I didn't grow up in Vienna.
Okay,
I was-
but you know the city, you live the city, you
yes,
like the city.
Yes,
So, yeah, you
I
love
like it, but then the moment came that like Vienna was somehow,
Too much.
yeah, I had the feeling I have to go on.
Yeah.
And then I was like 1 year on the road, a lot in Italy also.
Mm-hmm.
And then by chance I found this opportunity to live on a farm and work there and get paid even.
Yeah.
And
Even get paid. That's great. Yeah.
and so it was also close to Vienna, so I sort of liked it, and I can come within 30 minutes to Vienna.
Yeah, that's one thing. Is usually people that leave the city to do that, they need to go like miles and miles.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
So outside of Vienna, this countryside,
It's, yeah.
all of a sudden,
It's
yeah?
very, like 30 minutes, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Shuffolato, oh, Shuffolato, champagne.
Cioè, non so,
So you see that.
This is your working space, huh?
This is my working space around. Okay.
Oh, that's a wrap.
And yeah, and that's what you saw there.
There was a painting by Clay called Angelus Novus, and Benjamin interprets it and he supposes that the angel moves away from what he sees ahead, eyes wide, mouth open and his wings are spread. This is how the angel of history must look after war's been waged or the earth is shook. When a series of events result in tragedy, the angel sees only one catastrophe and feels responsible for all the bloodshed, and he'd like to stay to awaken the dead and make everything whole and make everything nice. But there's a cold storm blowing from paradise.
What I wrote about is Paul Klee is my favorite artist.
Yeah.
And he has influenced more musicians than anyone else. There are about probably 400 composers that have already written some 800 works about his works.
Like a peculiar chemist?
No. I mean, you make it sound as if there are chemists who are not interested in art. Now, I'm peculiar in that I also write novels and plays and so on here.
Yeah.
But that's not... no, that's probably something to do with my having been born in Vienna,
yes.
Even though I left, I was left during the Nazi time by way of Italy. I went from here to Bulgaria, from Bulgaria to Genoa, and then I went on the Rex, which was an Italian ship that was sunk during the war. And I came with the Rex to the United States.
To the United States? Would you say it's a very different system, the college system in America and say the European system?
Completely.
In what ways, and which ones are better or worse?
American education up until the high school, through high school, is very bad now. But on the other hand, as you go higher up in the university, particularly when you go to graduate school, doctor's degree, it's probably the best in the world. I think the reason for it is that our college system, the first 4 years of university, are very different from the rest of the world. If you want to go to university, you have to decide what you want to study.
Yes.
When you go to university, day one, when you are 18 or 19 years old, you study medicine or law, anthropology, or economics, psychology, whatever you want to. Not in the United States. The first 2 years, you cannot decide. You have to take courses in a number of different disciplines, whether you like it or not. You have to take some science, you have to take some...
languages.
Languages, but particularly you need to have some humanities, some social science and so on. And it's only gradually in your third and fourth year that you can pick what you want to concentrate on. And that, I think, is an enormous advantage. you're talking about American universities, and you're talking about Harvard, Stanford, Columbia, and so on like this here. But we have several thousand universities and colleges. You're talking about the crème de la crème, the first 10 or so. These are, with very few exceptions, not all of them, and for instance, the University of California is not a private one, but all the others are private. And they're very expensive. You're right, much more than, I mean, European universities, students essentially pay nothing. And that is why the education at that level is very poor. But not everyone has to pay. People think you have to be rich. But what is tough is to get into these schools because you have to take examinations. And you accept 1 out of every 10 students. But you first do that. And if the student can demonstrate they cannot pay, then he gets a fellowship and does not have to pay. So it isn't that just rich people go there. Here are 2 typical examples. This one here, called just N-O, and this one's called insieme di Menachem. And that is about reproduction, and this is about impotence. NO also is a chemical called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a substance that we all produce all the time, a gas. And that is a substance that is responsible for penile erection. That is, so this is the mechanism how Viagra works. So this is really a novel, as an interesting one, we're talking about sex, but sex also in science, about, you know, how Viagra was invented, or substances like this, why men are interested not in contraception, they're interested in potency. They're interested in impotence. And that's what this novel is about. You know, I really want to tell them about the science, but they'll be like you, say, well, I don't understand science, I don't give it science to me. So I said, here's read the novel. It's an amusing novel. It deals with sex and other things. And then when you're finished, you actually learn something.
102, take 3.
Action, please.
The French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated.
So isn't that great? Like, you know, like champagne and beer are making chemistry appealing.
It is chemistry. After all, it's, you know, a champagne manufacturer and wine manufacturer is also a chemical manufacturer. What you're drinking, champagne, wine, what you're eating, it's all chemistry.
It's all chemistry, right?
Yeah.
Versione viennese.